Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simon here, with another episode of the Book of Boba Fett to watch with you all, episode number 3. I've been having some issues with my Logitech camera, so if it looks a little bit darker or a little bit grainier for some reason, I'm trying to figure it out, but it's an ongoing, work in progress, so apologies for that. I mean, you can still see me, you can still hear me, so that's fine. Also, another bit of self-advertisement, my first weight loss vlog is up on the channel, so if you're interested in my personal journey, go check that out, because, I am going to be, hopefully over the next 2 years, losing a fair amount of weight, and you'll see that as my reactions go on to this and other shows, so that's on the channel. Go check it out if you're interested. So yes, the Book of Boba Fett, episode number 3. The first 2 episodes, I think, were fairly solid. I think a lot of us will agree. Second episode was a lot better than the first. The first was good, but the last episode really did a lot to kind of, I think, expand the Tusken culture. It had a lot of indigenous vibes, mixed in with some sort of Native American and Maori vibes. And I think, in essence, it was a big fuck you to colonialism, showing how the people of a world were displaced, have been kind of, scattered by, bigger powers coming in and settling on the planet. And those bigger powers, have disrupted the Tuskens' home, and now they're taking back a bit of control with the help of Boba. We're also introduced to a few new characters, a couple of twins, who are definitely going to cause problems for the present-day Boba. And, a character who most of us believe has come from the Afra comics, which, I've seen, but I've never really read the comics. But I am aware of the character. I think his name is Black Cranstan or something like that. Very imposing figure. Definitely someone who's going to have a bit of a fight with Boba. Another bounty hunter, so Boba's going to be aware of him. And, that's going to be an interesting one to see, because he definitely looks imposing, more imposing than Chewbacca. But yeah, we're kind of splitting the story here between present day and, past Boba, which I like, because you're getting to see both the man as he is and how he came to be. And, it's been a very exciting opening 2 episodes, I am definitely excited to see how this power struggle goes on, and what he does in the past as well to kind of, continue his journey onwards. It is going to be interesting to see. Now, we're going to jump in. Before we do, I want to say a big thank you to all of my Patreon super supporters: Brady the Great, Charlie Collins, Demiurge, Ernesto Sanchez Jr, Frank Tremel, Henri Afschrift, Karen Abel, Lord Zero, Michael Y, Mr. Greg 89, Nick Walters, and Nightwolf 37. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's see what happens. I recognise that droid. That's the thing you see crawling across when the door opens in Return of the Jedi.
Businesses that were under the protection of... There was a power vacuum.
Ah.
Fortuna assumed Jabba's mantle. Under Master Bib's watchful eye, Mos Espa was divided amongst 3 families.
How did Bib Fortuna survive so long?
Here, and the Klatooinians...
Would they know if you did?
We should assume so.
We should wait.
They still need a protocol droid.
Seeks an audience with you.
This never happened under the other daimyos, and I am insulted on your behalf.
I like how he keeps saying...
Yes, I broke a sales of the vapor farmers, yes.
And that's what Uncle Owen was. He was a vapor farmer.
Completely covered with water. Scourge, and I will double my tribute to you.
Ah. So we're going to get some Boba on patrol action here. I'm surprised that his reputation didn't precede him. In the way that people would have recognized him as the bounty hunter. Yeah, these are proper... Well, they're honest, but they're proper punks,
It's a crime what he charges. If you're a daimyo, then why Why'd you let the Monga charge us a month's wages for a week's war?
Ah.
We have any wages?
He's gonna fix the injustices of the city.
There is no work, mighty daimyo. Look around you.
They don't seem like they're deadly, you know. They just seem like they're desperate.
They stole from me, and you're just going to let them off?
He's putting them into employment.
1,300 credits.
For water.
1,300 credits.
Oh,
500.
What?
you're in trouble.
1,300. Fine.
And cut your prices. Rest of you gather up your gack, follow me.
I love it. He's both stamped his authority and gained a bigger pack, you know? He doesn't like it though. He's definitely going to the huts. I love the music here. Again, very kind of... It's a mixture of almost classic and tribal. Ah. That's the same shot that we saw in Mando.
The Kentan Striders have already collected protection money for the same territory you lay claim to.
You don't have to pay that speeder bike gang. We far outnumber them.
I'm guessing that's the gang that we've
Belong to
seen.
the Tuscans since the oceans dried. You'll not hear from the Nikto Sen Riders again.
And yeah, Nikto, that's the race.
Our partnership.
So he's going to go and deal with them more permanently. Uncle Owen and Baru. Oh, don't tell me they've attacked the Tuscans whilst he's gone. Oh no, did anyone survive? That's gonna piss him off. Maybe it was Anakin. Maybe Darth Vader popped into town. I don't think anyone survived. He's gonna find the kid, isn't he? Yeah. It was the biker gang. Damn. Oh shit! Okay. I wasn't expecting us to get this so soon. Where's Fennec? Oh, damn. Damn. Oh, he's still got his gaffy stick. That's gotta be... Ah, yes. It's a good thing that he had them there. I mean... Fucking hell. Yeah, come on, Gamorrean guards. Holy shit. Where's Fennec? There you are. Oh shit. Okay, they've got him trapped. Now I am suspicious of where Fennec was and how he got in.
You're the head of a family. You should enjoy the trappings.
That's a lot of trappings, like, even for me. Oh, those poor people who have to carry the twins around. Wait, is that a new Rancor? I'm certain that's not the old Rancor, because the old Rancor is dead. Holy shit, he's got his own Rancor. And that's, oh, what's his name? Oh god, he's been in so many things. Oh. What syndicate?
Promised by who?
Say the Black Sun. Again, this is him ruling with respect.
It's just business.
He's a bounty hunter, he
Take it
knows.
from an ex-bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Work for skug holes. It's
Ah.
not worth it.
It's an interesting way of doing business.
Yes, go ahead. They're quite peaceful and less threatened.
I don't know how, like, how did the one in Return of the Jedi feel threatened? He wasn't peaceful.
They can become very loving.
They're bred just to fight.
They're powerful fighters, so that is what most know.
Well, I mean, they grow to be about 25, 30 foot tall, so yeah, of course they're
That the witches of
powerful fighters.
rode them through the forest and fens.
Witches of Dathomir. That's an interesting
I want
reference.
to learn to ride this one.
Holy shit, Boba Fett riding a Rancor. Could you imagine? Oh, it's going to imprint on him. It's either going to imprint or eat him. One of the two.
Is this the spot?
Ah,
Yes. You like this?
Excuse me.
I love it. I love the way he just pops up.
He remains completely unavailable for at least the next 20 days.
I love their colourful bikes. Damn. He is like the Tuscans. They will return in greater numbers. Oh no, they're destroying all of the droids. What are the mouse droids? Hit droids! This is just a... Like, Mos Espa is just a litany of different droids. His face. Here's the upgrades. Nice. Uh-oh. No, Jabba! That was a painting of Jabba the Hutt. Do it. Do it. How many wing mirrors she's got? Nope. Nope. That's so cool.
Where is he?
Can I just say that's so cool?
He's with the Pikes.
Uh-oh. So the Pikes weren't on Tatooine then? Or there's a lot more of them just arrived? Makes me wonder what happened between Boba and the Pikes in the past. Did he drive them off Tatooine?
Then we will be ready.
Yeah. Okay, so a surprisingly short episode in comparison to the first two. It was only about half an hour long, which is a shame, really, because, you know, when a series only gets 8 episodes, you really want as much packed in there as possible. And, you know, I think that The Mandalorian had 1 or 2 episodes as short as this, but most of them were in the sort of the 45, 50-minute region. Because you've got to take into account as well, there's always like 6 minutes of credits. So, you know, not quite as much as I wanted this week. I wanted more. But, you know, it's a high-cost production, and I'm just glad we're getting any of this at all, because this was a very good episode. Lots of little tidbits, a lot of little surprising appearances, notably from a Rancor and Danny Trejo, whose name I couldn't remember at the time. Danny Trejo is, I mean, he's been in a lot You know, I remember him from Breaking Bad, amongst other things. And I was very surprised just to see him pop up, you know, delivering the Rancor. And for a second I thought, is he literally just going to have a 2-second cameo driving the thing up to deliver the Rancor? But he's its handler, which, you know, makes sense, I guess. And I love the amount of lore that we're getting about Rancors themselves. You know, again, this show seems to be taking all of the misconceptions of the original trilogy about Tatooine and flipping them on its head. You know, the Tusken Raiders are not mindless savages. They have a culture. They're the natives, you know, and we've seen them develop and grow and die, as apparently this episode showed us. I was kind of expecting that because, you know, you have to cut off Boba's ties to them in some way. He can't stick around with them for the whole show. But I did think at some point it was going to come back, and like in the modern day, he would, you know, get their help against maybe the Fetts or the Pikes. But unless there's been some, you know, survivors, because I don't think we saw the sort of the young Tusken Raider in there. So I don't know if they're all dead. Mostly they're all dead, but I don't know if they're all dead. And so, you know, I don't know if there's going to be any further callbacks to that. It feels like now the shift is onto the Pikes in both the present and the past. And that's interesting because obviously in the past, Boba went to the Pikes and the Pikes had a presence on Tatooine. But now they don't seem to have a presence because they had to arrive on, you know, a starship. So it makes me wonder what happened there. Did something happen that forced them off-world? Did the original Pikes get wiped out? You know, I'm looking forward to finding out what's going on there. But obviously another misconception is about Rancors, that they are, again, just mindless, murderous beasts. And in fact, they're not. Apparently, they're very emotionally sensitive. And, you know, that explains why the handler in Return of the Jedi was so devastated when his was killed. Though, I'm not quite sure the line of them saying, you know, Danny Trejo saying they only get aggressive when threatened. I mean, maybe it was the way that Rancor under Jabba was treated. But I don't think, you know, firstly, the Gamorrean guard that fell into that pit was any kind of danger to the Rancor, and Luke wouldn't have been if it hadn't tried to attack him. So, you know, maybe that Rancor was different. This Rancor we've got is probably going to be a nice Rancor. But, you know, I love that Boba's expanding his clan. You know, I love the fact that he took in the young group that, you know, obviously when the water merchant was describing, it made them sound like a murderous pack of biker gangers that, you know, were very much like the gang that wiped out the Tuskens. Not the case. You know, they're just young, they're pissed off that they're getting taken advantage of, and they just want to take, you know, their own initiative to try and get some justice. And Boba sees that, I think. And he's having to play a dangerous game here because, you know, he's going to be pissing off some people by, you know, inviting them in. You know, I think that water merchant is definitely going to come back at some point to haunt Boba in some way. You know, it definitely seems to be like they're setting up Boba's actions to lead to consequences further down the line. Black Chrysanthemum, the bounty hunter who, you know, we were introduced to in the last episode, who's been in the Dr. Aphra comics, you know, very, very imposing Wookiee. Wasn't expecting to see him so quickly and so involved, you know, with Boba. He literally tried to murder him in his own Bacta tank. The question is, how did he get in? You know, how was it that he was able to just walk into Boba's chambers and no one notice? And, you know, why did it take so long for Fennec to respond? I've got a bit of a uneasy underlying feeling here that Fennec could possibly, like, be playing Boba. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to finding out what her motivations really are, if there are any alternative motivations. Because, you know, you never really know with any character in this show, and especially the fact that, I don't know, maybe, I mean, Boba did save her life in a way, but at the same time, that's never a guarantee of loyalty. Sorry, I'm just going to have to pick Zuko up here. Sorry, buddy, but you're chewing on cables, and that is not allowed. I've got a bunch of cables here because I've got a new phone, and so he's just trying to chew on all of them, which is obviously not good. But yeah, as I say, a bit of a shorter episode, but, you know, it certainly was action-packed. And I do like getting to see, you know, more of Mos Espa, getting to see more of, you know, the surroundings, and seeing Boba try and fit in as this crime lord who doesn't want to just rule with fear. There were some really cool shots. You know, Boba in his armor at night walking through the streets when he first met the biker gang was really cool. Also him arriving via jetpack, you know, to confront the Major Domo was beautiful. You know, anytime you get to see that jetpack, they haven't overdone it, which I think is a good thing. You know, there's a temptation that when you've got a jetpack to just keep on using it, but they've really saved it. That's the first time I think he's used it in this show so far. But, you know, I'm just hoping that the next 5 episodes are a bit longer. You know, that's really the only issue I had with this episode, was it was too short. But, you know, we'll see what happens next time. But a very, very solid episode, really enjoyable. And, you know, again, just expanding more of that particular world. I know some people have been complaining that, you know, they've just gone back to Tatooine. But it's not like, you know, they're revisiting all of the same places, or they're not doing anything with Tatooine. They're really expanding the culture and the world of that planet. And, you know, it's more about the journey of Boba himself that we're trying to learn. You know, it was never going to be about visiting all of these different worlds like in The Mandalorian. It was going to be about a centralized story in one place where Boba can develop himself. And at the same time, they've done a really good job of developing that world. You know, we've learned so much about the cultures there in such a short space of time. I think they've done a really good job of it, and all of the nice, you know, kind of the interesting tones that they've had, as I mentioned, with the indigenous tribes, the colonialism, you know, the hints of the Maori, you know, sort of tribal dances that we got in the last episode. You know, I think it is as much as Star Wars has always been. It's very much a social commentary, and about how, you know, someone is trying to right the wrongs in the world in their own way. And I'm really impressed with that. So anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, don't forget to check out my other videos, including my weight loss vlogs, if you're interested. But in the meantime, I'll be back. Next video will probably be the next weight loss vlog, then the Book of Boba Fett, and then I'm hoping after that to have the rest of the Witcher series up on the channel, and then we'll be back to hopefully some kind of a normal schedule in the week after that. So thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one.